Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys can see me. Let me know if you guys can see me clear and if you guys can hear me, because I'm trying to use my AirPod, guys, to see whether or not it'll give us better um, reception and like you guys can hear me better. So, hey Tommy, good morning. All right, guys. So I wanted to have a discussion. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, Tommy? Instagram, can you guys hear me? Let me know. Thank you. So I want to make sure that they can hear me on YouTube. Well, let me check it myself. Then I'm gonna get started, y'all. So right now, if you're just coming in, you're probably. Do I have it? Um, Let me see. I don't know. Can 10:04. Okay, so that means yes, huh? Let me see. Okay, I don't know. So hopefully you guys can hear me on Facebook and YouTube. We're about to rock this thing on out. You can't hear me on Instagram? Oh God. You know what? Let me know if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Then we're gonna get started, y'all. So just bear with me. All right, so just bear with me while I'm trying to see whether or not you guys can hear me. Okay, great, great, great. Thank you, Tommy. That's what I needed. I don't. Okay, I know what you meant a little bit by 10:04, but I just had to confirm. Like, let's really be honest. Okay, good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys, and I'm just so excited and so blessed to be here with you guys on this amazing Tuesday. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me block somebody really quick because this is becoming extremely annoying. They're calling and I'm working and it's not. Give me 1 second. Let me block. Okay. All right. Okay. Good morning, guys. Yeah. Okay. So what we're talking about today is that the IRS is about to start auditing everybody. Well, not everybody. A lot of people. A lot of people are going to be audited by the IRS. And over the past course of 2 years, I've been actually trying to prepare you guys for this surge of IRS audits. Okay. So, a lot of you guys that is new to my platforms, when you guys see my marketing content, you're like, she's always screaming. She's always this. No, I'm not always screaming, guys. I start off just like this. But what happens is people ask me a question and I get very passionate. But what had happened was I was screaming last year and the year and a half ago, asking you guys to do things right because the IRS is going to end up auditing people.
I did several live streams, and I gave you guys real practical examples, okay? I do not want to show the video. Well, I'll just show you guys a snippet of one of the videos maybe down the line, but we're going to talk about solutions and things like this. So if you're watching right now, I'm going to give you guys some backstory, but we're going to also talk about some solutions on how to get yourself prepared just in case you get audited, what you guys need to be doing right now. So we're about to have a discussion. So guys, I can actually see everybody. Instagram is right here, YouTube and Facebook, guys. You can post your questions, your stuff. I want this to be interactive, engaging. Guys, please share this video as well. If you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe the video, giving me some feedback. Let me know if you like the video. If you're watching us on Facebook or any other social media platform, please share the video because a lot of people need to hear this. And here's why. When I first came out and said to you guys that the IRS is going to be auditing everybody, I got completely bashed. I did an influencer campaign letting you guys know that the IRS is about to start increasing audits. I gave you guys background information. I specifically said because the U.S. system, it relies on taxes, that they have to increase enforcement or implement new laws or compliance or policies so they can recover the economy or recoup all of the money that they put out there. Okay, so right when that post went live, everybody and their mother was bashing me. Folasade, you don't know what you're talking about. The IRS had to hire those people because a lot of people are retiring. Blase, blase, blah, 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 blah. All of the mess that y'all said to me was completely wrong, and I knew exactly what I was talking about. So I just came on here, number one, to give you guys some back history about where it's all coming from. So the reason why a lot of people are going to be audited is because we gave out too much money. We gave out too much money. I don't mind that they gave out the money, but it has to be, we have to understand how our system works. So the moment we gave out all of that money, we have to figure out a way to get it back. Okay. Then when they forgave the loans, that was another issue. Then the scamming, the billions and the trillions of dollars that was scammed is another layer of issues as well. So Lexi says, I have been saying the stimulus is not free. It will come back around, and inflation and taxes. Yes, exactly. I've been saying the same thing. So that's exactly what's happening. So all of the money that we've given out, the government now have to get that money back. So what happens? They have to increase enforcement. So when Biden approved the $80 billion to the IRS, you guys were telling me, Folasade, you don't know what you're talking about. It's not going to go towards auditing. That's what everybody initially said. It's not going to go to audit anyone. I said, that's a lie. And I said, at the moment you give the mob any money, the moment you give anybody any extra money, take you, for instance, the moment you have any extra money, you're going to do anything overtime. You're going to do everything extra, okay? That's exactly what I said. So even without them having the initial intentions of auditing anybody, right, just with the surplus of money being there, it's going to expand the opportunities to do that. That's number one. Number two, everybody bashed me saying they're not going to audit the poor. They're just going to go after the rich. The rich hire people like me to represent them in audits, and we can string out the audit for as long as we possibly can legally, or, be well prepared so the documentation is full and it just takes forever. So a rich person can afford, or a wealthy person can afford to pay me my hourly rate to win an audit, but the poor people cannot. So I said, guess what? The funding is going to go towards auditing the poor. Everybody bashed me. I said, all right. So guess what? The next article came out that said that. So now the final article, guys, and I'm going to show my screen really quick. If you guys want to see my screen and you're on Instagram, head over to our YouTube page, which is Folasade TV. Head over to our YouTube page, which is Folasade TV. So right now, guys, you guys are in the midst of two things that's happening right now with me. You are actually hearing me say that I have predicted this. So if you are new to me, you're like, oh, well, you predicted what? You predicted what? I predicted that it was going to be audits happening. So why am I coming back on here explaining this to you guys again? So you guys can pay attention. Pay attention to when I talk and when I come live and when I do my content. because I may not give you guys all of the fluff and every type of tax deduction, which I think me and my team do great enough job at that, right? I pre-warn you guys years in advance of what's in store so you can take the time to get your business and stuff in order. So for all of the people that has been watching me for some time, they're already prepared for this. They've already tightened up their systems and their processes, hired their accountant, doing their books and things like that. And people like you are still like, oh no, Folasade, you don't know what you're talking about. So guys, I'm about to share my screen really quick. All right, so this is the article from Yahoo Finance, and it was issued on Friday, November 25th, right when we were blindsided, focused on Black Friday sales, and also right after Thanksgiving. It says the IRS says its 87,000 new hires could help collect as much as $1 trillion by forcing tax cheats to pay up. But will more fire-breathing dragons really do the trick? So there's basically this, and will more agents do the really trick? So this article says, get ready, ultra wealthy Americans. President Joe Biden wants you to start paying your share. See, when I said that Biden wanted you guys to start paying your share taxes, y'all bash me. Nope, Folasade, that's not what it is. And so, guys, we have to understand something. I want this lesson to come out of this. Anytime we have a new president, anytime we are transitioning from candidacies, from presidency to the next, there are going to always be tax changes. Okay. And it may be massive because remember, a lot of their plans are driven off the tax savings that they can afford the government or the additional tax revenue that they can give the government. So their policies is driven off of the impact from the tax code. So automatically, the moment a new president comes, guys, it's new laws, okay, new tax laws. So we have to be really honest with ourselves with that situation because a lot of us don't want to be honest with it. Alrighty, so it says here, through the Inflation Reduction Act, Biden plans to increase funding for the IRS to help the agency catch sneaky tax evaders, especially those high earners who love to find loopholes around the law. A Treasury Department report from May 2021 estimates that the extra money will allow the agency to hire around 87,000 new employees, which could include revenue agents and consumer services and IT staff. So I have to stop there and kind of give you guys some background on that. That's not 100% accurate as far as I'm concerned. Prior to the $80 billion being approved, the IRS was also approved to do an emergency hire. I forgot the policy that they use. I did it in a different live stream, but the IRS was able to hire any Joe Flo that was willing to work for them under an emergency hire. So prior to the approval, the IRS was already focused on hiring. I cannot find the video. But if you go and check out my YouTube page, it's there. I did it in one of my live streams. So good morning, Lavelle. How are you? So let me go back and share my screen. I keep forgetting I got my mouse right here. Oh yes, hold on, y'all. I got my little mouse right here. Thought I was set up to work today. Okay, I just hate this Mac mouse, y'all. Isn't it like the opposite way? Okay, it says advocates believe the increased funding could raise as much as $1 trillion by forcing tax cheats to pay their dues, especially after years of budget cuts have gutted the system. However, some critics worry that the increased scrutiny on taxpayers could backfire in a big way. Don't miss, chances are good you're overpaying for home insurance. Hold on. The IRS desperately needs the support. They're saying the $80 billion went to them. So here's the issue right now. No one wants to be honest and upfront with you guys and let you guys know that it's time for you guys to do what you're supposed to be doing correctly. They're implementing so many different policies and stuff that every type of tax cheat scenario could be brought up right now. So let's say, for example, if you've been claiming your cousin's children all of these years and them children never live with you at all, you know you're cheating the tax system. Let's say, for example, you never did your bookkeeping and you just claimed any type of expenses or just estimated your expenses, you know you're considered a tax cheat. let's say, for example, you have a rental property, but you don't accumulate all of your expenses total, and you do an estimate and you over depreciate or overdo something, and guess what? So you're considered a tax cheat. Almost every situation where as though you guys are not accumulating the most accurate record keeping or data possible can be considered a tax cheat, because you're deliberately not keeping paperwork. You're deliberately not being organized. You're deliberately not running your business well. So this 87,000 IRS agents that they're hiring, guys, I've been trying to prepare you guys for almost a year and a half about this. It's now time for you to tighten up things. So here is a few things that you guys can do to make sure that you're not, well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's really probably no way to avoid 100% being audited. There's no way to avoid it because it can be system driven, okay? But there are a few things that you actually can do to avoid being audited. So here's the first thing that you guys need to do. You need to first make sure you contact all of your merchants, or make sure you collect all of your 1099s for 2021 from every merchant, from Vimo, Cash App, if you do Uber, if you do Turo, wherever you're collecting or making money, whatever platforms, make sure that you have the total amount that they are reporting to the IRS accurate, and it matches your records, and you file the correct amount of income. Because right now what's happening is this: it's multiple reasons that you guys can trigger being audited. Remember, Biden just approved, and it was just passed, that now everybody's required to send you guys 1099. That's issue number one. Issue number two is additional funding. So to be issue number one, make sure that you have the right, correct amount of 1099s and income reported on your tax return. I will also say your 2021 tax return should have been filed correctly. I pre-warned you guys about that before we filed the tax return. I asked you guys to file it correctly, because they're going to be matching 2021's return to what you're going to be filing in 2022. The second thing that you guys need to definitely be doing right now is making sure you are not estimating your expenses. A lot of you, when you are filing your tax returns, you are filing it as $5,000. These are the numbers that you're putting on as expenses: $2,000, $3,000, 2,500, 2,400, 100. Flat numbers trigger audits. The sound is, oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness, Instagram. I had my microphone that is charging. I'm sorry, Instagram. Guys, give me 1 second. I've been doing my Instagram live, y'all, with no sound. So I'm going to start the live over. Give me 1 second. I'm going to start the live over so my team can know to delete this one. Okay? Sorry about that. Let me take a break. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. So we back. I had to take a quick little break to get my Instagram set up. I'm thinking I'm doing something. I see, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to use the AirPod, and I have like a little microphone here. I'm trying, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. I'm not that tech. I am a little tech savvy, but not like that tech savvy. All right, guys. So if you're just coming in right now, we're talking about the IRS has hired 87,000. The IRS is in the process of hiring 87,000 agents. Okay. So with that being said, automatically Yeah, no, sorry, Tommy. Automatically, I said that the moment that the IRS hired those 87,000 agents, it was going to go towards enforcements, which is audit. Okay. So if you, and so it's multiple things happening right now. So before I realized that my Instagram was off, I had said that one issue is the new 1099 laws, whereas though if you made $600 or more on any platform, you have to file that income on your tax return. Okay, that's issue number one. Issue number two is that the IRS was given $80 billion to hire 87,000 IRS agents. Issue number two. Issue number three is we have all of these PPP scammers and all of these people that fraudulently applied for the loans that are now going to also be tax returns will be audited and reviewed as well. So, guys, it is just so much right now looming in the air. And then we also have the inflation that's happening, and then the recession that's happening. Millions of people are losing their jobs right now. So, it's a lot that's happening right now. And so, I just want to come on and kind of give you guys some context, some background, and some ways for you guys to make sure you do yourself some justice and don't get yourself audited. Right now, the first thing we all need to start doing, and see, it look like now my Instagram, it says connection is unstable. Let me stop. Let me pause. You see, they do not want me to be great, y'all. Y'all know I'm shadow banned again on Instagram. They do not want me to come and teach y'all nothing. They don't want y'all to know nothing. Hey, cousin. Okay, so it look like I'm back stable. So right now we have multiple issues, and I'm just concerned about everybody that did everything the right way. And so you guys can post your questions as well. So Tommy said, would you advise individuals who didn't make $600 on their 1099 to still report the income? That is a very, very, very good question. Yes, Tommy. Yes. Especially right now. Especially right now. Because I just don't want the facts. See, remember, a lot of audits and a lot of examinations are triggered because of the computer, not because the IRS is watching you, not because you're on their radar. No, it's because of a computer. And right now, these computers are receiving those 1099s, right? And you have some companies that still issue out 1099s even if you don't meet the minimum. Let me repeat that again. Some companies will still issue you a 1099 even if it's not even if it's for less than the $600. So that the lack of that additional income can trigger an examination. The lack of that additional 1099 being reported on your tax return can trigger an audit. So, guys, you guys can post your questions because I don't know if you guys have been noticing what's happening. It's a lot happening right now. We're at the year end. This is the time for you guys to be picking my brain, asking me questions, stuff like that, about what you guys need to be doing. So, the first thing we need to be doing is number one, making sure we're claiming all of the correct amount of income. We're no longer in a daytime, y'all, where y'all don't claim that income. And see, a lot of you guys are going to be completely messed up because you've been making money on PayPal, you've been making money on all of these platforms, right? But you weren't reporting the income. So definitely you might end up being triggered for an audit because you didn't claim that income in the previous years. So a lot of our past mistakes or past sneaky things or scams or whatever we were doing, it's going to hunt us going forward. So Tommy said, what should entrepreneur do if the company 1099 doesn't match what they received? Oh, that's a really good question. You need to contact that company as soon as possible. If you guys receive, and this is very common, guys, this is why having proper record keeping on your end is essential because a lot of companies will report your income incorrectly to the IRS. Remember, all a company have to do is make a mistake on your EIN number and accidentally report somebody else's income under your EIN number, and the IRS is going to be looking for you to claim that income. So you guys have to have, first of all, proper record keeping. If you don't have proper record keeping, it will probably be challenging for you to prove to the merchant that they made a mistake. But if you have your bookkeeping and your records in place, you will automatically call them. Hey, I need to speak with your accounting division, your accounting department. I received my 1099 and it does not match my records. And then so they'll transfer you over. Once they transfer you over to that person, be prepared to fax them over or email them all of your records and all of your proof, because what they report is what the IRS is expecting to see on your tax return. So if they are reporting $50,000 on income, the IRS is expecting your tax return to show that $50,000 on the 1099. So if you don't go back with them and be like, oh no, that's incorrect. Oh no, change this, and make sure that you receive a corrected 1099. You should receive a corrected 1099 with the correct amount that you did receive. So this is the time, guys, you have to pay attention. You can no longer just run business and not do your accounting and not do your bookkeeping. Guys, it's essential now. I told you guys, the more and more that they put, because y'all was laughing. Well, see, because I've been a long range on this, because I know other accountants really talk about the topics that I talk about. I told you guys, y'all was laughing, talking about, oh, y'all don't need no accountant. You could do your taxes on TurboTax. Y'all don't need no accountant. The accountant's going to go, uh-oh. I think my, is it going down? Y'all don't need no accountant. This, right? That's what y'all said. And I told you guys, the more and more that they put compliance in places, the more and more they put tax policies in place, right? The more and more that y'all going to need us. And right now, it is showing. You guys are going to need me either to do your taxes correctly, because a lot of you have not been doing your taxes correctly. So you need to be getting on my calendar for me to file your taxes this coming year. A lot of you guys are not doing proper record keeping. You don't have any bookkeeping in place, and you think it's okay. It's not okay. Because now you're going to need your bookkeeping to back up whatever anybody else is reporting, or back up whatever you're reporting on your taxes. So Roxy says, I'm going to comb through my PayPal and Cash App and track all my business money. Thank you. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. So Tommy said, I know the answer, just okay. Yes. No, that's good, Tommy. So Tommy said, I had a similar incident. Yes, I remember. You had to call them screaming, but your record keeping is what got it changed. And if you guys don't have no proper record keeping, I have clients that did not have proper record keeping because I wasn't their accountant at that time. And guess what? It's no proof that they did not receive that money. And guess what? I had to file the tax return with that amount because we could not prove that the money that they received wasn't correct. It is too much compliance right now, guys, for you to continuously wing business and not have bookkeeping practices. Remember, guys, on my live stream a week and a half ago, I taught you guys from pure illustration that the IRS considers your business a hobby when you don't have proper business practices. Tommy said, the longer you wait on that bookkeeping, the more costly it becomes. Yes, and it's costly because your bookkeeping backs up a lot of your expenses and make sure that you have, if it's done correctly, you will have all of your expenses accumulated so you can maximize your tax deductions and your business expenses. And the bookkeeping allows you to see the data that you guys need. But right now, what's happening, if we're going to do this business thing, it's time for you to do it right. And so now a lot of you guys are like, oh, Folasade, this only for businesses. Oh, I'm good. That everything you said is only applicable to business. Not. Hold off before y'all just run. How long I only been live? Been like 20 something minutes, 30 minutes? No, no, no. If you're individual right now, you're at risk as well of being audited. Even if you don't have a business, even if you never apply for a PPP, you are at risk of being audited. Everybody. Because the main goal is to recover the economy and to get back something that was given out. So we can have a sustainable, growing economy. I get it. However, by them now using the tax code once again, everybody is at risk, not just my business owners, not just the PPP scammers, not just the people that got the SBA loans. Every American taxpayer, every person that filed a tax return, your tax return now has the ability to be highly scrutinized. Because here's the thing, even without you having a business, don't you claim some charitable donations? Your charitable donations could be scrutinized in an audit. I have to fight those all the time. Don't you claim your mortgage entrance, your property taxes? Don't you take the child tax credit? Do you have any children that's in college and you're taking the American Opportunity Tax credit? Are you having children that's in child care and you taking child care expenses? Every tax credit now that you're claiming on your tax return, you should only be claiming it if you are legitimately eligible to claim it. Only claim the legitimate tax credits that you know you are eligible to claim. A lot of you are doing so much, and then the moment, and see, now this is another thing that I'm getting on my post now. Oh, Folasade, they just need to do a trust. Oh, Folasade, that's what everybody say. Tell them to do a trust. Tell them to do a trust. Do y'all know I said that over a year ago? Y'all forgot the laws changed for the trust now? Y'all forgot the laws changed for the trust? Remember, I told you guys that now any type of organization, the IRS is requiring them to collect personal data about the person that is incorporating or setting up the trust or the state or something. So it's really it's really no way around it, but just to do things the right way. So Roxy said, Charity, the receipts we receive is good enough. Receipts in what sense, Roxy? Because what's happening is y'all are getting those blank receipts from the Goodwill and stuff, and that's not enough, Roxy, if that's the case. However, if you give a cash donation and your church give you that email with the letter that says, "Oh, thank you for your charitable contribution of $500 or $200 or whatever is a cash," then that's suitable. But those blank Goodwill receipts, that don't fly. So this is why, guys. Last year, I cannot recall. I should ask Leo. I took my class audit proof. I took a full blown class audit proof because I knew that this is what exactly what was going to happen. So I created a class that a lot of you guys registered for. A lot of you didn't register for. It's okay. But the ones that did register for audit proof, they're good because they already were well prepared for this situation 1.5 years ago when I launched the class because I knew that your travel expenses were going to be scrutinized. I talked about that last week in my live stream or the week before. Your travel expenses are no longer just deductible, baby. You got to be able to back that thing on up. Whoever took my audit proof class, they're good. They know how to audit proof everything. I broke down it per expense, charity to business expenses, personal expense, everything. Because I knew that this was coming. I knew it. But y'all think I come on here screaming, like just wanting to, everybody, oh, why she's always screaming? I'm screaming because you guys are you're setting yourself up for failure. You're messing yourself up. You're making the wrong choices. We have this mindset in the African American community that you guys don't need an accountant. You don't need a tax person. You don't need a tax preparer. It is a lie. We've been fooled for years, and they're now making the tax code much more complicated, the tax policy is much more intricate, okay, and you guys still have this same mindset, like we are, like, I don't know what's happening. So Roxy said, okay, so I need to add details to my spreadsheet on those type of deductions. Got if I'm a 1099 employee and have a home office but no mortgage, but I do have condo assessment monthly, can I deduct that? Any of that? So guys, you could deduct a portion of that. Give me 1 second, guys. Do me one favor. I have to go and grab my charger. Like the video, share it. I will start to do Q&A really quick, but let me grab my computer charger because that's about to die. I think my phones are good. So let me put this phone on charger. Let me grab my computer charger. I thought I was rolling with my computer charger. Hold on, y'all. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, I think I'm good, y'all. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so Zillion said these folks are really that mad with black people. I don't even know. I don't know. I think this is what I'm frustrated about, because a lot of people were saying that we're being targeted, right? That they knew that we were going to be the ones to get it. And I do think to a certain extent that I don't believe at all that we were targeted. I think what we fell short was that we was falling for that saying that, oh, this was our reparations. We were falling for the bogus consultants that told every business that they qualify. I think, and then a lot of people also got caught up because they didn't know what people were filing on their paperwork. And see, the issue is this: everything that's happening right now all connects back to our tax return, from the PPP applications being fraudulently applied for and the money's being received or forgiven, goes back to the tax return. The EIDL amounts goes back to the tax return. The new 87,000 IRS agents tax return. Everything goes back to all of our individual tax game, got our tax returns. Give me 1 second. Let me work this statistical. Goes back to that, and that's what fears me, is because I know that a lot of you guys are not doing things right. Even with all of the years that I've been coming online trying to get you guys to do the right thing, all you guys do is fall for the fluff. Oh, hire your child. I was the first person that taught you guys how to hire your child in 2020, early 2020, the first one. Y'all took that strategy and ran with it. And a lot of you guys are not even doing it right. And guess what? Because you did the hire your child tax strategy and you didn't take my class on how to really hire your child correctly, guess what? If you get audited, it may not fly. A lot of you guys are just taking tax strategies and taking tax positions that's not going to fly. A lot of you guys are claiming people's children that never live with you, you never provided for. Eventually, you're going to get caught up. That's not going to fly. All of this crookedness, all of your lack thereof, whatever your shortcut was, it's now going to hunt everybody. Because now the IRS have the funding and the resources to enhance their computer systems, hire more agents to audit you, and from my experience, string along the audit longer. Okay. So I think I answered your question, 317, I think. So Zillion said they mad about the election in Georgia too. It's literally it's too much going on across the board right now. And I don't think that we realizing that we do have to tighten up ourselves financially right now across the board. Across the board. We need to start managing our money better. We need to do our bookkeeping because we have everything, you guys. What I think most of us in our community is falling short of, you don't want to be held accountable. And so me being the accountability accountant, guys, it you hate it when I'm live. You hate it when I come and talk to you and push you and take all your excuses out of your mouth. You guys hate it. That's fine. Accept accountability, move forward. You've made mistakes in the past. You've cheated on your taxes in the past. Whatever you've done in the past, it's now time for you to say, you know what, I'm letting go of all of that stuff and moving forward and want to do things right. That's it. And then the good part about it is the way that I know how God works. If you really do what you're supposed to be doing, God might bless you.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, so I think I'm on a regular mic. Let's see, audio. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm good. It just may not be that clear. Everything is done, y'all. And I done lost my other one. I don't know. They don't want me to be great today. So do you guys have any questions at all before I go? Because I kind of talked about as much as I wanted to talk about. It's time for you guys to get your paperwork in order. Stop taking shortcuts. Make sure you collect the total amount of income and file your income correctly. I also said stop filing your tax return with estimates of your expenses. If your expenses are 5,001, give it to me 5,001. Do not do 5,000. If expenses is 4,985, do not round it to 4,900. We are in the day and age that if you want to do business, if you want to maximize your taxes, you guys need to keep proper records and do things right. Period. We need to start just doing things right. You guys be able to sleep at night. You have peaceful nights. You won't be stressed. Okay. So, guys, just to give you a heads up, if you guys want me to file your taxes this coming tax year, we are opening up our calendar and getting things going and ready for you guys to make your deposits, get your portals and everything so we can get your tax returns filed and in and out for this 2023 tax filing season. So if you want to work with me, if you want me and my team to do your taxes, which I maximize your tax deductions, make sure you're doing things right, and push you to do it the correct way. And then you'll be able to do it good going forward. Maximizing your taxes, claiming everything, basically helping you guys get your stuff together. So if you want to do your taxes right for the first year, if you want your taxes maximized, if you want to learn some stuff, then definitely hire me to do your taxes this year. Call my office. I think I need to create a little Bitly link and stuff for you guys. Why am I not seeing other chats? I don't know. It's where they're on Facebook. Okay, so you're on YouTube, and I think with YouTube, I need to maybe set a schedule, maybe like have it go post. But a lot of the comments are on Facebook too, and then Instagram as well. What you mean, Jaleese Monique Beauty? All right, guys. So this is your time. You guys got a few minutes to pick my brain. Ask me any questions at all. This is your time. I'll hang around for a few minutes. I need to go get this that AirPod case so I can charge that up. So you guys post your questions. I'm here. I'm just trying to charge up all these devices and stuff, y'all. So basically, we're in a time and age now where no more winging business. We cannot wing business anymore. Okay? We cannot wing business. Remember, accounting is the language of business. So our office is located in Maryland, but we serve all over the United States. Accounting is the language of business, guys. Oh, yes. So right now, the IRS will be beefing up audits because, well, they're finally admitting that the money that the IRS was given will now go towards auditing people. So they're just finally admitting what I've been telling you guys for the past year and a half. And so I just want you guys to get your paperwork and stuff in order. Okay. If you guys took my how to write off your travel class, was it 2 weeks ago? My pop-up class, how to write off your business travel class. Thank goodness you did, because they just changed that tax law on that. Also for your mileage, they just changed the tax law for that. So it's just so much happening, guys. And so the more and more compliance gives them the opportunity to throw out your expenses. So if you guys don't keep the proper records, they're going to be able to throw out your expenses. Okay. So remember, proper record keeping means indisputable expenses. And I want you guys to have indisputable expenses. I don't want, this don't look good. I do not want you guys to have expenses that the IRS can easily throw out because you didn't keep a log, because you didn't keep records, because you didn't keep a receipt. Okay. All right, guys. So do you guys have any other questions at all before I get ready to go? So are you saying what is the new travel rate for what the new mileage rate for 2023? They haven't really released. I don't even think I've seen them release that number yet. Because I think maybe my team would have already. I think we did. Hold on. Is that what you're referring to, Tommy? Or you referring to what you mean, the new policies? What are you referring to? Yeah, they haven't put out the new ones yet. Yeah, so no, soon we're gonna get some updates. A lot of updates are still coming out now. Let me see. Yeah, they haven't released it yet, Tommy. Okay. Nope, they haven't released it. But remember, guys, this is a good year to really be tracking your mileage. I don't know if you guys saw my content that I put out. That remember when gas went up over the summertime, they end up increasing the mileage rate to like 62.5% from, was it July 1st up until December 31st, 2021. So the first thing I need you guys to do is make sure that you're tracking your miles for this year, because you're getting 62 cents on the dollar from July 1st up until December 31st. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. And so, guys, this is the thing. All of without a log now, because of the recent court cases, you won't be able to win an audit. Okay. And so let me tap onto something really quick. Let me tap onto something really quick. Because I've been seeing a lot of posts on social, and guys, post your questions too. If you guys, if I don't see a question, put it under the Q&A for Instagram. Let me say this, because a lot of people are telling you guys, oh, just go get a vehicle in your business name. Oh, just get the vehicle and put it in your business name. Oh, go get business credit and put a vehicle and depreciate it and do bonus depreciation and all of that. Right? So let me say this honestly, guys. First of all, for those type of tax credits to fly, we first have to establish a legitimate business purpose, and your business need to be operating with a profit motive. This recent tax court cases automatically saying that listed property, which is that property that you're trying to depreciate, that vehicle and stuff, right? If you don't have the proper paperwork, okay, you won't be able to write off anything for that listed property. Because see, a lot of y'all online, y'all hot. You're telling people to just put the vehicle in your business name. Oh, you can buy a vehicle for your mom and put in your business name, or you can have a vehicle in your business name and give it to your child. It don't work like that. They have to be bona fide employees. That vehicle now, if used for non-business purposes, right? You now have to properly show the business purpose and the business amounts of use for that vehicle. But this is what y'all purchase online. These are the things that it is really scary for me as I've been watching you guys for the past year and a half, because I have not been going live, right? I used to go live every day. And I stopped going live over the past year and a half. And I've been watching y'all. You guys flock to all of these influencers telling you guys all of these outrageous tax deductions, the credits. Yes, they're legitimate tax credits and deductions, right? But the way that they're telling you guys how to spend it isn't legitimate. The way that they're telling you guys how to acquire it isn't legitimate. And what's happening is that a lot of you guys have committed fraud and you don't even know it. You just think, oh yeah, I'm just going to claim that on my business tax return. And then you come to me and I'm asking you questions. I'm like, okay, so when did you purchase this vehicle for the business? Okay, so what's the use of this? And now because of the new tax laws, our due diligence have to increase, and the questions and stuff that we have to ask you guys are going to increase now. I'm just so confused. Are we going to learn from the experts on the game? And then there's a lot of CPAs and stuff y'all just throwing out there to make y'all millions and stuff. And that's not how I do things over here. I'm not going to give you guys nothing without giving you guys the truth. So y'all done took my hire your child and told all these people that they can hire their children, pay their children $12,000. You didn't tell them that's what you first baited them with. Then a year down the line, you tell them, oh, they need to create a job description. And then again, 2 years down the line, you're not even talking about it no more. Because the reality is you do need paperwork to hire your child. How are you going to pay anybody $12,000 without reporting it in some form of fashion? And it's not a gift. You guys are just falling for all of this stuff, and it's getting frustrating for me because now with all of this tax compliance, I have regular, smuggler, everyday people that's going to get caught up in this tax mess. I got small business owners that thought that this was legitimate tax positions and that they had a legitimate direction and legitimate instruction. And then now you guys didn't realize that you done something fraudulent on your tax return. It is sickening to me. But you guys refuse to do things the right way. Lexi said, mercy, Lord, help us. Tommy said, it forms involve you can't just hire. You need to file specific tax documents. Exactly. You got to file payroll documents. Dude, them people ain't telling y'all this. Then the travel. They didn't say, oh, just say you're going to go create content. Just travel. Just say you're going to create content. How am I going to win that in the audit? You tell IRS, I just traveled because I need to create content. The IRS is going to say, oh, so you couldn't go down the street to create content. You couldn't find a bush in the back to create content. Like literally, guys, and I'm not saying this to be funny. And I'm not trying to say this, guys, to be mean, but we have to stop taking shortcuts. You cannot fully implement a tax strategy just by a 60-second reel or a 60-second or 1-minute Instagram post. When I teach you guys intricate tax strategies, like the Hire Your Child strategy class, that class took me 3.5 hours, I think, or 4 hours for me to teach that class thoroughly so you guys can do it right. When I taught you guys how to audit proof your travel, how to do everything, it took me over 3 hours to teach you guys that class because I already knew audits was coming. But you guys fall for the bait online, and it's sickening because you are the one that are responsible for everything that goes on your tax return. You are not going to be able to tell the IRS, oh, I learned that from that CPA online and the IRS going to work with you. No, they're not. They're going to say, well, did you consult with your own tax preparer? Did you consult with your own tax accountant? That's what they're going to ask. So yeah, you can do a backlog, but the backlog need to match. I'm at that point, guys. It's sickening because I truly represent people in audits, okay? I literally represent clients in audits. And I end up only losing because the client lacks sufficient paperwork. I have been in the game so long, I can find a position. Okay? I'm street smart. You understand? But when you guys don't have the paperwork for me, when you don't know where the numbers come from, when you make estimates on things, then I am set up to lose as well. So I cannot even protect you guys from these audits if you're not even doing your part, which is the proper record keeping or hiring somebody like myself for me and my team to do your bookkeeping. So Zelia said, this is why we need our own laws, own country, and infrastructure as people. I do believe that, but we so far gone from that, Zelia. I like literally, I think that opportunity has come and gone. Everybody is bought, okay? So the moment that we even get close to even having that solid infrastructure, somebody gonna sell us out. We don't love each other enough. We don't appreciate each other. We have a lot of issues in our community. I wish that was just so easier to say than done. So guys, this is the issue we're having right now. You guys have taken tax positions, tax credits, claimed people children, and have done everything over the sun and over the water on your tax returns for the past 10 to 15 years. The gig is up. Before your gig was up, which was officially last Friday, I've been warning you guys since 2014 to do things the right way. God told me this was going to happen. Increased compliance. I didn't know, and I always was preparing you guys. Be prepared for unforeseen circumstances. Then the pandemic happened. I've been preparing you guys for all of these years to build profitable, scalable, sustainable businesses that then in turn build generational wealth and save money on taxes. And you guys just think I come on here screaming. That's not what we do over here. What we're doing over here is preparing you guys for what's in store. And right now, because of the increased compliance, the additional funding, the PPP, SBA, EIDLs, ERC scams, all these bogus tax positions, now we got the IRS going to go crazy soon. And it's going to be everyday people, like I've been saying over the past couple of years, everyday people like you that's going to be audited. And can you pay me $3,500 every tax year that you're audited, plus my hourly rate above a certain amount of hours of work? Are you then able to pay me to reproduce your books, which may cost you at a minimum of $10,000? Because one of the recent audits that I just had to do, I had to recreate the client's books because the previous bookkeeping wasn't done right. A lot of expenses wasn't claimed. I couldn't figure out what the numbers were to match the tax return. Yes, I got this client. I saved her $110,000 in taxes. But she was willing to pay the 20-something, 30-something thousand we need to save her that $110,000. Can you, the average person, pay me? And see, that was one tax year that I that was two tax years that I represented that client for. Some of you have been cheating your taxes for 10 years. Some of you guys have been cheating your taxes for 5 years. Let me pull out the calculator. Some of you guys have been getting tax refunds when you wasn't supposed to for the past 5 and 6 and 7 years. So if they were to go back and start auditing you guys and sending notices and everything, on average, let's start with small money right now. Because this is the thing, guys, you thinking, and I don't want you guys to be scared of the IRS, because the IRS is not scary. They want you to take tax credits and tax deductions and to take your do your tax planning, but they don't want you to cheat. They don't want you to cheat. So let's say, for example, you've been cheating the IRS for that earned income tax credit. And you've been getting that earned income tax credit over $5,000 every year over. Let's say for 5 years you've been doing it. So that's $5,000 times 5 years. So that means you're going to owe IRS $25,000, not including interest and penalty charges, just because you took the earned income tax credit and you wasn't supposed to. Let's say, for example, you've been claiming bogus charitable donations all of these years. For let's say 7 years, you've been claiming bogus charitable donations, right? And just because now you're about to get audited, okay? So you get an IRS. So let's say that charitable donation increase your refund by $7,000, because sometimes that's what be happening. Because y'all be doing some. Why is it zooming in? Oh my goodness, just zooming in. Do y'all see it zooming in? Okay, let's say you took bogus charitable donations. Oh my God, it's zooming in. Hold on, y'all. It is literally zooming in. Hold on, y'all. I'm at the end of Instagram. Instagram is tripping. I'm about to switch phones. So let's say, for example, guys, you take charitable donations for $7,000, and well, you do charitable donations, and it increase your refund by $7,000, right? You see, this thing is like moving. It is bad, y'all. Hold on, y'all. So let's say, for example, so you got $7,000 times 5 years. That's what? 7 times 5 is $35,000. And then if you add on the interest and penalty charges, that means you might end up owing the IRS over $50-something thousand. You guys may owe the IRS over $50-something thousand. So Zillion said, I'm proud of you, Queen. Keep up the good work. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. So my question I need to ask you guys, when are we going to take our bookkeeping and the accounting, the behind the scenes part of business serious? When are we going to say, you know what? I don't want to mess with IRS. I want to do my business right. I want to know my numbers. I want to scale my company. And Folasade keeps saying, if I just do my bookkeeping right, all of that will work. I'm telling you guys the absolute truth. A lot of you guys will have successful businesses the moment that you took your bookkeeping serious. And a lot of you guys, you have me as your accountant. We're doing the bookkeeping. You don't want to come to the meetings. So then that's the second layer. So you get the bookkeeping, and then you need the accountant like me to help you guys evaluate what's happening with your business. So bookkeeping allows you to build a profitable business, okay? Scale it, know your numbers, and also save you guys money on taxes. And it shows the IRS that you are operating a legitimate business, because any legitimate business that's for profit motive, right? They're going to have proper record keeping practices. When are we going to say it's time to stop playing small? What you guys don't understand is that Remember, accounting was a secret. They did not want us to be accountants. Remember, the first CPA was licensed in 1953. The first CPA was licensed to be in 1953. We're just getting exposed to the brilliance and the need and the benefits of what accounting can bring to businesses. But y'all look at me because I don't want to give you tax strategy stuff because you don't keep proper paperwork. For me to do tax strategies, you first have to have proper record keeping practices. Prime example, let me throw some tax strategies out for y'all since y'all don't want to believe me. Let's say, for example, you got your LLC, and I'm filing your taxes. Automatically, what I do here is this. If your business is profitable right off the bat, I'm going to send you back, and I'm going to tell you, complete my business use of home worksheet. That's what I'm going to tell you. For you to complete my business use of home worksheet, for me to reduce your income down legally on your tax return by $7,000 or $8,000, whatever the credit might be, right? I'm going to need you to have all of your household expenses completely totaled for the year. Your mortgage, your rent, your gas, your electric, your water, your property taxes, the HOA, improvements, repairs. How many people do you know have all of that in a beautiful spreadsheet to give to somebody at the end of the year? Let's be honest. If you know a lot of people that have all of their personal finances in order so you can shut me up, put 1 in the chat. For all of you that know that the majority of the people you know don't have that stuff in order and I won't be able to maximize their tax deductions, put number 2 in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Because I know what I see. And I can tell you, ask my ladies in the office. Ask my ladies in the office. 1 in the chat, if everybody got their household budget, everything documented. 2 in the chat, they don't. I want to see. But y'all want to take tax positions without the proper record keeping. So nobody want to be honest. Deborah said you can never, ever mess with business taxes. Number two. We getting some 2s on Instagram. Come on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all know the truth. You just don't want to be honest with yourselves. We have to be honest, guys. That's how I am, y'all. When I mess up, when I do too much, I always self-reflect. I always just be honest. Say, I messed up. I made that financial mistake. Or I did this. Whatever the issue. Ask my team. If I make a mistake, I just say I made a mistake. It is what it is. The issue is this, guys. Before we can make change, we have to ask ourselves, do we want to maximize our tax deductions? Do we want to build generational wealth? And what is it that we have to do? Because right now we are positioning our businesses to fail. If you were to put up your business, a business that's making $500,000 and another business that make $500,000, the same amount of clients, the same amount of everything, but this business have bookkeeping, they will dominate you. They will dominate you because you will be winging it. You will be trying to figure out what's happening. You won't know what's going on with your business. They will already know. Oh, money went this place. Oh, money went this place. Oh, I spent this. Oh, we didn't do this. Oh, then they connect the dots to the other things in the business. You're going to always get stomped. Yes. Okay, so Deborah said, she said she's in the UK. Finance girl like you. Guess I can't really answer the question. I use both a paper folder and Excel folder and all my see. That's the thing, guys. This is why bookkeeping is important, because if it's done correctly, all of that can be seen in one place. Now, I may not see the website traffic and all of that stuff like Shopify, can count how many people came to your website, but you will dominate anybody. The moments that you had, let's say if you were given the opportunity to stand firm and y'all had everything equal and you only had the bookkeeping difference, you will beat them 2-fold, 10-fold maybe. because you won't be winging things. You won't be second guessing yourself. You know where the money's coming in. You'll be able to predict some things. You'll be able to see your patterns, your habits, your routines. And this is why y'all don't understand that accounting is why a lot of these companies are firing these employees. Accounting shows productivity. Accounting shows misuse of financial resources. Accounting shows when your sales team isn't selling. Bookkeeping, all of this shows when you need to increase sales. It shows when you need to increase your prices. See, you guys think I've been telling you guys bookkeeping is only for taxes. That's one layer of it. That's one layer. Bookkeeping is also required to really build a profitable business. And ask the people that's out here winging it. I wish they'll take their finances are struggling behind. Their finances are struggling behind because they don't know what's happening. So the question we have to start asking ourselves today is, how much more are we going to keep winging things in business, or are we going to use the language of business, which is accounting, to scale, grow, build profitable, scalable businesses, and pay less taxes? So Jetpack says, so we keep the accounting records to see if we need to audit the companies for... Oh, hold on. Let me see your other message. What about if you're operating in trust? Is that good? So we keep the accounting records to see if we need to audit the companies for fraud. I don't understand what you're saying, Jetpack. I'm not clear. If you're saying, why do you need your records? You need your records. So just in case you were to get audited, you will be able to prove all of your expenses and all of your income and stuff. That's for that. But I'm not understanding what you are referring to. And see, guys, you have to understand something too right now. It is so much uncertainty looming in every arena right now that we have to put things in perspective. The government have to get their financial resources back. Okay? So they're going to do it. They're ill-equipped to really know a real solution. This is why all of the people that don't like Trump or whatever fight me and bash me online, because I say this is where he had a legitimate solution. See, what you guys are not understanding is that we are a service-based industry. So that means if I'm not providing you a service or you're not providing me a service, there's no transactions happening in our country. We're not manufacturing, we're not exporting. So what's really, so behind the scenes, the moment that some party is not able to do a financial transaction or provide a service or to purchase that service, then our economy is gone. Trump was attempting to bring our manufacturing back, so we can also have the service industry, but also the manufacturing industry, and then I think maybe the industrial industry. So a lot of you guys are just so bashing the man, and I get it, but I don't care about the person. I keep telling you guys that. But if I can see what they're attempting to try to do, because see, if we were exporting, we wouldn't need to go after tax dollars. If we had things to really sell to other countries, they wouldn't need to increase taxes every time a new president would come. We wouldn't need new tax policies every 2 years. But because we're not manufacturing, because we're not industrialized, because we're not doing what we need to be doing over here to be independent, okay, this is where we are. Everything the government do is going to come back to you and I in our taxes. So what that means for you and I, increase enforcement, which means increase audits. And an audit doesn't necessarily mean that an IRS agent is contacting you. You can get examined by paper, or you could get audited by paper. Meaning the computer sends you a letter. Hey, Joe, show me the documents. Prove to me these expenses. Show me these records. And the person that don't have the records is the person that's going to be losing. And for every expense that you get taken off your tax return because you didn't have proper records, increases the amount that you owe or decreases the amount you should have gotten in your refund. So you not being prepared to be audited or prepared for an audit, have proper record keeping, impacts you financially. You may have to pay that money back in your refund that you got. You may owe additional fees and penalties as well. So the question we have to start asking ourselves is that now since y'all know about the $87,000, 87,000 agents, and I was right, and I'll continue to be right because it's God-given right, and he's telling me to tell y'all this. So I come on here, do my due diligence, do my research, and I come on here and I try to tell y'all the truth of what's happening, what's going down. So I'm hoping that you guys pay attention to this because you're about to file that tax return that I want you to file accurately. Okay. And then we'll see. Because I know a lot of people are going to get audit notices, but we'll see what the news say soon once these people are trained. Because I remember the last audit that I did, the lady was training somebody in my audit. She asked me if the person could come in and train. So they were training last year. They were training 6 months ago and hiring. So yeah, guys, I enjoyed. Do you guys have any questions before I get out of here? I kind of rocked it out. I don't know how long I've been live. Oh my goodness, 1 hour and 16 minutes. Oh my, like back in the day. I went live quite long. Can't believe it. That's good. No interruptions too much. All right, guys. Any last minute questions at all? Any last minute questions at all before I get out of here? Okay, guys, I'm your girl Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. If you enjoyed today's live stream, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Eventually, YouTube, I will try to attempt to come up with a schedule. But right now, I'm not. And I do want the views and I do want you guys to watch the content. It's just that I don't want me to burn out again and get tired of live streaming. Because when I come up here on live, or like, let's say, for example, it messes with my energy. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if y'all positive, I'm good. Like right now, I'm gonna go record my little bit of content I got, right? And then I'm done. I'll be good. But let's say if it was a lot of bickering back and forth, it is energy draining, guys. And I'm an energy person. So, and already I've been getting bashed on a few of my posts on Instagram, like bash. And I'm used to it. But guys, y'all have to be mindful that we are humans too. And a lot of us are actually trying to do good. And y'all turning me off. Y'all turning me off with the negativity because a lot of you cannot do what I do. And a lot of you cannot be, wouldn't even understand what it takes to come live, create content, do research, and be in my position. I always bring y'all the first content before the news get it. I bring it to you guys. The laws, I read the laws. And I don't get paid from y'all to do that. You understand? I don't do that. But I do that because I want us to do right. I am tired of clients coming to me and I'm doing their taxes and they're owing a lot of money because they didn't do bookkeeping. And I'm talking about in the upwards of 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And some of them only made 100-something thousand, y'all. Some of them only made 200,000. Not a lot of money. Well, to some people, to some people, okay. Let me not, because y'all so critical online, it's ridiculous. I don't want you guys to be in that position. I want you guys to come to me before you owe the 50,000 so I can help you not owe the 50,000. But you guys are not doing the bookkeeping. You're not doing what we need to be doing in business. Like, I don't know what else do I have to do for you guys to know that the IRS does not play. Like, every client that I do an audit for, their life are miserable. They're stressed. They're depressed. They're on edge. Okay. They can't sleep. They call in my office all the time. Folasade, this, you anything about it? No. Not living peaceful lives. I'm not coming on here, guys, to bash you guys or to be mean or to make you feel less than or make. I actually want you to realize that you can do it all. In our community, we were never taught the importance of accounting. That's why I made it my business to bring, first of all, awareness. The first 2 years of me doing live streams was awareness to our industry, because I knew that Black people, we were not taught to value accountants in our businesses. We were not taught the value of having a real tax person that do our taxes. A lot of us just go to the family member in the house and the cousin that do tax in the family that's not certified, that don't even have a high school diploma. A lot of us just run the TurboTax. A lot of us don't even realize that you're paying taxes and you shouldn't even have to. But because you guys refuse to sit down with someone like myself, you refuse to do things right. A lot of you are setting yourself up financially and messing yourself financially because you refuse to do a consult. Why owe $50,000 when I can show you how, if you take the necessary steps, to only owe $20,000? Why owe $30,000 because you don't want to pay $5,000 in bookkeeping? If you was to pay the $5,000 in bookkeeping, you might only owe $3,000 in taxes. So that means you walked away from a $23,000 tax savings because of your bookkeeping. Guys, I don't know how much more do I have to continuously explain to yourself that other industries, I say other industries, other races, they hire an accountant. Then we want to know why we don't get deals, and we want to know why our businesses are not scaling past 6 figures, and we want to know why we can't get loans, and we want to know why we can't get this. Because the timing of getting the PPP and SBA is over. If you didn't flip that money and your business is not sustaining right now, we got a problem. Because you're not going to get no easier access to funding like that again. That opportunity is not going to be here again. So the people that have built opportunities, that have been working and hustling, got their accounting in order, got all of their paperwork in order, they're going to get the loans. They're going to get approved because they've been building right, not taking shortcuts. So why choose to take shortcuts when you know it's hurting you financially? Why, guys, take shortcuts if you know it's hurting you financially? Accounting is beautiful, guys, if you use it the right way. Stop running from the things that will bring your business success. That's just like they say, well, black men don't go to the doctors, right? They say that black men don't go to the doctors. So now you're saying, okay, so black men was to go to the doctors more, we would have more healthier black men, or whatever the case may be. So your business, the accountant, me, is the doctor. If you don't have an accountant on your business, then how do you know how your business is doing? How do you know the health of your business? Then you guys can have an accountant that you don't ask questions. You don't even send me the paperwork. You don't do what you're supposed to be doing. Are we going to take things serious, guys? Because right now, taking these easy tax positions to avoid having to do your bookkeeping, that time is over. See, because that was what was really happening. Y'all was trying to take the bonus depreciation for the vehicles and do all of that stuff to avoid having to do the bookkeeping in your business. Oh, well, I'll try to write off this truck that I got for $35,000. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna owe tax after that, right, Folasade? If I just take that, girl, go get me my stuff. Man, go get my stuff. Oh no, I'm not gonna owe tax after that. You using deductions, tax strategies to reduce your taxes when that comes secondary. You use your expenses to reduce what you owe first. That's the beauty of being a business person. We pay taxes on the income after our expenses, not before. So we have a lot that's looming right now. And it's IRS audits that is looming. Tighten up your paperwork, guys. And don't forget, if you want me to represent you guys in the audit, I will be gladly to do that. But I don't want that. I don't want to have to represent any of you guys. I want your paperwork to be top notch. I want the IRS to be like, oh no, she good. She filed everything. She good. He good. That's what I want. But I don't think I'm going to win that battle this year. Maybe what, 5 years from now? 5 years from now, y'all going to win that battle? Hey, Liz. So the question we got to ask ourselves is this. What is the real solution to this 87,000 IRS agent being hired? And what could you do? The only thing you can do, boo, is do your bookkeeping in your business. Don't take estimates of your expenses. You want legitimate expenses. Don't take tax positions that you don't know of. And file your taxes with a professional like myself. Because when you do on TurboTax, you are allowed to do anything. They don't ask you due diligence questions. Even if you had a preparer review your return, they may not ask you the questions that I'm going to ask you. So you're not going to know you're doing something wrong. You're not going to know you don't qualify. It's time for you guys to understand that you need your own accountant, regardless of how much money you make. This system, these softwares were not set up for you to do your taxes on your own. It was just there for them to make an additional revenue stream. So guys, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. I think I done rambled enough for a whole hour and 30 minutes now. So yeah, guys, have an amazing day. Guys, if you like the live stream, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you guys are watching us on any social media platforms and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please head over to Folasade TV and subscribe to our YouTube channel. What else, guys? Oh, today is the last day to do a consultation with me. So if you want to do a consultation with me at a discounted rate for the Black Friday / Cyber Monday weekend, this is your last chance. Very few seats are limited. This is your last chance because my rate is going up to $500 in January, and you're getting a discount off the $300 that it is now. So I will never do this again at all. So guys, get on my calendar so I can help you save money and build generational wealth. And guys, let's just do things right going forward. Let's stop using the tax code as a way to cheat and make extra money. All right, guys. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Keep forgetting about this.